My name is Brandon. I'm the founder of Vanish Skincare. I launched Vanish. It took me about almost 2 years to launch it and formulating the product and all that. And it's a very unique product. But I always like to hear feedback from individuals that have used the product. And so that's
Mhm.
why, Melinda, you probably received the email.
Mhm.
I'd love to just kind of hear, Cameron, my understanding is you've been using it. How just tell me a little bit about your experience so far and what you've seen.
I've had it since about like September, and I've noticed drastic improvement with my acne because I get random breakouts just out of the blue. For some reason, that runs in my genes with my dad's side. I get random outbursts, but ever since I started using it, and I get through the first two phases, my acne really starts to die down. And once we like move way into the third, it really starts to show signs of improvement.
That's awesome. And how long did you have acne before using Vanish?
It was occasional. It was like I would have random outbursts, and they would stick around for like a couple of weeks, and then it would disappear. I would, about a week or two to go by, and then it would sustain for a good while.
Yeah, I feel like I know
Okay, it's about me, not you.
I know, just say
Yeah.
chiming in. We went to a couple dermatologists and he's had like different procedure, like we've tried the cosmetic stuff, we've tried the medication, and just from my point of view is looking at him and using this because I thought we would try it. I saw a lot of things on Facebook pop up. So I thought we would give it a try. And this is actually the easiest. And I feel like his acne has improved the most just by using the Vanish.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
And Melinda, tell me a little bit about that. Is like you saw Vanish obviously on Facebook. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
what made you want to try it? Sounds like, Cameron and you have kind of tried a lot of things for his acne.
Yes.
First of all, one, did those things just not work? Did they cause irritation? Like, what were some of the experiences that you felt there,
Dry
Cameron?
skin. It was just consistent dry skin.
Yeah, it
Just
would.
dry
I'd
skin.
start flaking, and the acne would still be there.
Yeah. It
Gotcha.
never. If it did help, it was like a really short period of time. Like if he did a laser, um, we had to keep going back, and it would help for a very short period of time, and then it would flare up again.
Gotcha.
And it was just too costly to try to maintain that. And then we tried like chemical peel, and that, I mean, it wasn't as effective. We've had all kinds of creams and topicals and everything. So when I saw, I think there was one other Facebook thing that we tried, and it didn't help. And then Vanish popped up, and I like to scroll through like the actual, people's pictures and their reviews and stuff, and it seemed to get really good reviews, and I kind of felt like we had exhausted everything else, so we would give it a try. And like I said, and he also is one for, he likes something quick and easy.
Yeah.
um, so this has been the best that we've come across so far.
That's great. And Cameron, you mentioned like kind of like the dryness and maybe even some of the peeling. You haven't experienced that at all with Vanish.
No, no, not at all. I was surprised. Not at all.
That's amazing. And I guess for Melinda, you and Cameron, did you have any doubts before you kind of tried Vanish? Like this isn't going to work again, or like kind of what were your thoughts? And then when did that doubt kind of go away for you, Cameron?
Honestly, God, I sort of figured, oh, we'll try it out. We'll see if it works. Because I mean, I don't have a lot of good experiences with previous acne medication that you just heard from my mom.
Yep.
But I sort of thought, here, we'll give it a go. We'll see what happens, and we did, and I saw a drastic change, and I was happy right off the bat.
Right off the bat, like what is that? Day one, day two? Like what were
Probably
you
about day
thinking?
5, I realized, hey, this stuff's actually really starting to work,
Yeah.
and I'm liking this.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd say I'd agree with him, about a weekend when we started to see we saw results. And then by the time we got to the end of the box, I was really pretty happy with how well it had, like help with the flares, the redness. Um, he wasn't even as breaking out, like new ones weren't coming up as much. Um, The only thing that I wasn't sure after our first box, then I thought, um, I was looking for like, was there a maintenance to it afterwards or whatever? And I didn't see anything. So we just ordered another box and
Yeah.
we've been doing it that way.
And that's a great question. So, how we've built it is, you have the three phases, and ideally, it's meant to kind of heal the skin barrier because a lot of the dryness that you're experiencing is a lot of the acne products that are kind of over the counter and even, chemical peels and stuff.
Mhm.
Your skin's already so inflamed. It's already so irritated. And when you add more of these acids and all of these things, it
Mhm.
actually irritates it more, which is what causes that dryness and the peeling. And so hopefully there comes to a point where month two, month three, and it varies for everyone. So don't quote me on this, is like your skin is back to being balanced. So
Mhm.
less irritated, less angry, kind of where everyone hears about like the microbiome for the gut, but there's a
Right.
microbiome for your skin. And as long as that starts balanced, then you should see kind of what you're experiencing now.
Mhm.
And so what we always like to say is there's outside factors that irritate, not only the skin barrier, but also the microbiome and
Mhm.
kind of oil production. So you can kind of like, we typically say like go through 3 full months. You can take a break if you want, but also it is quick and easy. It doesn't actually harm your skin like other products because that's the way
Mhm.
we formulated it with the different phases. So it's
Mhm.
okay to use it consistently if you don't want to see a flare up again, right? And I
Mhm.
think
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing for, you, Cameron. It's like how I discovered that or why I wanted to start this is like I suffered from acne as a high schooler and even in my young professional days. And so that's kind of something that kind of it's a passion for me overall.
Yeah.
Um, I guess the other question that I would ask, and it's unique having Cameron, you and your mom here because I typically only chat with the individual that used the product and saw experience the results. But I'm going to ask you, Cameron, first, and then Melinda, if I could have you answer as well, is Cameron, before you were using Vanish, how did you feel in this process of your acne journey? Like you've tried so many different things, it wasn't necessarily working. So tell me how you felt before using Vanish, and then tell me a little bit about after day 5 of using Vanish, as you mentioned, how you started to feel as well.
I felt more or less didn't care until about like I started using Vanish and I realized, oh, then I felt a little bit happy for some reason. I realized, hey, I got clear skin. It's been so long. It feels kind of nice to have clear skin again. I sort of just lost hope with finding a cure for my acne at some point.
Gotcha.
So once I got Vanish, I became happy and, I decided to open up a little bit more again. So
That's amazing. And tell me a little bit about that. Like, do you think acne affected your kind of doing? You said opened up, like going out, like affected your life outside of.
yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I never had real severe acne, but it's like I thought if I had like a small few blemishes, I'm one of those types of people. Like if I have a few blemishes and if I got a few pimples, I'll like freak the hell out. Now that I don't have really any acne, I'm sort of okay with it here, and I feel okay to be able to go outside and show my face and be happy.
That's amazing. That gives me chills. This is why I created Vanish. Now,
Mhm.
Melinda, if I could have you kind of from a mother's perspective, how did you feel seeing Cameron? And did you notice what he was saying of, kind of holding back and stuff? And then how do you feel now and seeing how he's changed?
Absolutely. I mean, like, I know I was always trying to stay ahead of the game for him, try to stay on him, do this, and was always so multi step, do this in the morning, do this at night. And at some point, it kind of just stopped working and it got irritating to him and it irritated his skin because we would be okay one day, then he would get up and it would be flaking and dry and sore and he would still have the acne. And then he kind of, I feel like, lost hope and kind of gave up, and I could see that change in him. And even just like him wanting to hang out with his friends or do anything, I feel like it kind of impacted him and he was more like staying in his room, not really doing much. And then when it got really bad, he kind of like closed off, and he would get upset and almost didn't want to go to school.
Mm.
Um, I did, I felt, I felt hopeless for him. I didn't know what to do to help him. And when we started using this, I wasn't I wasn't trying to get my hopes up because I feel like we had tried everything else,
Yeah.
and actually I was a little worried because I'm like, I hope this isn't so strong that it just, like rips his skin or whatever. But when I saw him like it start to get better, and I got excited and hopeful, and he, was back to his happy bouncy self again. So I was very happy to see that.
That's amazing. That's
Mhm.
that's what we like to hear at Vanish. Like again,
Mhm.
this is why we developed this product is the lack of innovation that we found in acne. Like I was using the same products that are on store shelves today, and I was like, there
Mhm.
had to be a better way.
Mhm.
The last question that I would have for both of you is if you were to be asked by someone else who's suffering from acne, who has experienced everything that you guys have experienced, tried the chemical peels, the topicals, gone to the dermatologist,
Mhm.
I don't know if you can maybe put this in words, but like if someone were to ask you how or why is Vanish different, or how is Vanish different? Like, why should I try Vanish? How is it different? What would you say?
It's at nighttime. Do it. Get it done. Go to bed. It's simple. It's so simple, and I love it. I love the simplicity.
Mhm.
There's no long ass having to have a face mask on for 5 minutes. None of that at all, and I love that. I hate having stuff on my face for so long.
Yeah,
But I'm okay with Vanish because it's only like 30 seconds, not even, and it's like, oh, now I can go to bed.
Mhm.
Perfect.
great.
Because she used to pester me about all the damn time trying to put a face mask on me 10 minutes before I'm trying to go to bed. And now I get to sleep in peace. So you can say it affected sleep quality too.
Okay, I like that. Maybe that's a new angle, a
There
better
you go.
sleep quality.
Yeah, there you go.
And Melinda, how about you? In like, I'm sure you kind of looked at the product. Like, how would you describe Vanish as being different? Because a lot of people, Cameron, to your point, is like they see the product and they think, oh, this is another face mask. Like I have to keep it on for 5, 10, 30 minutes. I have to sleep in it, which is, and if I'm only being fully transparent, one of the challenges that we have because people are like, oh, I don't want to use another face mask.
Yeah.
So Melinda, how would you describe this as being kind of how would you describe if someone asked you like how is Vanish different as an acne product besides
Um,
that it works?
I feel like it's completely different from any acne product that we've ever tried. I mean, um, the amount of time involved in using it is very quick, up to 10 seconds. We count. You just spray the water, put it on, and then when he peels it off, if there's any product, he just kind of rubs it in. But most of the time it absorbs very quickly, so he's not even, he doesn't have to deal with that texture for people who don't like, who have sensory things that don't like a lot of lotions or the feel. Like it just is quick, it's simple. I can get him to do it because it doesn't feel, terrible. And it's only once a day,
Yeah,
which is, you know rather than 3 times a day. Remember this, do this, prepare. It's quick, easy, and it's not harsh. That's the other thing.
It's not harsh at all.
Yep.
that's
So we
great.
really like it.
And we love it.